When integrating multiple AI agents like Claude and the Gemini CLI into your daily workflow, a disorganized file system quickly becomes a liability. Keeping scripts on your desktop, assets in your downloads, and code scattered across random directories leads to system overload and context confusion for your AI tools. To solve this, we are going to build a perfectly centralized developer hub. This is a single root folder wired directly into a stack of globally accessible command line tools. By the end of this setup, you will be able to scaffold an AI-generated starter project, process it through your local tools, and deploy it to the live web using a single terminal command. First, you need a Mac, the default terminal application open, along with Homebrew and Node installed. Homebrew is a software package manager for Mac OS, and Node is a runtime environment that lets you execute JavaScript outside of a web browser. AI coding assistants rely entirely on the context you provide them. By forcing your local environment into a strict, predictable structure first, you guarantee that your AI tools can reliably locate, read, and generate code without manual intervention. Step 1 is creating the master directory. Open your terminal and create a new folder inside your Documents directory called Dev. From this point forward, every single project, site, and application you build lives exclusively inside this root dev folder. Keeping a single unified tree allows AI editors to open any project as a standalone workspace while maintaining a clear boundary around your code. Next, we populate your system with the core command line tools using Homebrew. Run the install command for Git, the GitHub CLI, FCF, and ripgrep. FCF is a command line fuzzy finder for locating files instantly, and ripgrep is a tool that rapidly searches through your code's text. For deployment, we switch to npm to install the Netlify CLI. npm is the default package manager for Node, used to download and manage code libraries. Now we install your primary AI assistant, the Google Gemini CLI. Run the npm install command with the G flag. That G stands for global. Installing these tools globally is a very deliberate architectural choice. It means the software lives entirely on your system level, but you will always execute the terminal commands locally from inside your specific project folders, so your configurations stay isolated. To verify the stack is installed, check their version numbers in the terminal by typing gh-version and Gemini-version. With a global stack in place, every new project directory you create inside your Dev Hub instantly inherits full access to your version control, search tools, and AI generation suite. There is no redundant setup required. Before we deploy code, we need to connect these local tools to your cloud accounts. Start by configuring Git with your global username and email address. This tags all your future local commits with your specific identity. Next, run gh-auth-login to authenticate the GitHub CLI. Select github.com, choose HTTPS, and follow the prompt to authenticate directly through your web browser. Apply the exact same process for Netlify by typing Netlify login. This triggers a secure browser pop-up to link your local terminal to your live hosting account. The Gemini CLI handles authentication slightly differently. Leave it alone for now. It is designed to dynamically prompt you for an API key or Google login the first time you run it inside an active project. To accelerate your workflow, we are going to add aliases to your .bashrc file. A .bashrc file is a hidden script that runs automatically every time you open a new terminal session. By editing it, you can map long file paths to custom shortcuts. Add 2 specific shortcuts. Map cdev to instantly change directories to your new hub. Map code to immediately open your current folder inside your code editor. Save the file and then run the source command on your .bashrc file. This fully reloads the terminal environment and activates your new aliases immediately, preventing you from having to restart the application. By handling authentication globally and utilizing terminal aliases, you remove the friction of typing long paths and logging into services. Your administrative overhead drops to a few keystrokes, keeping you focused on writing code. Now we test the complete loop. Use your new cdev alias to jump into the hub and create a test project folder named Donut Site. Move into that folder and use the echo command to generate a basic index.html file. This text file will serve as our baseline deployment payload. Initialize a local Git repository in the folder, stage the HTML file, and save your first local snapshot by committing the code. Run gh-repo create to make a private repository and push your code, establishing a remote origin. Finally, log into Netlify and select Import from Git. Once connected, Netlify detects your HTML file and triggers an automatic deployment to a live public URL. In under 2 minutes, a local text file traveled through your command line, into version control, and out to the live internet. Your local architecture is fully operational and capable of handling complex deployments. You successfully built a pipeline that takes you from a blank terminal window to a live hosted web application. You now have a strict, unified home for all your local projects. You have a stack of global tools ready to format, search, and deploy your files. And you have custom navigation shortcuts that let you jump into any workspace instantly. The next logical step is to feed the system. In our next session, we will build a dedicated skills repo, a version-controlled library of custom prompt instructions that you can inject directly into the Gemini CLI to control how it writes copy and generates code. To make sure your local environment is ready for that advanced prompt engineering, subscribe to the channel and follow along with the upcoming tutorial. Setting up a disciplined, centralized local environment requires a brief initial investment, but it is the mandatory foundation that enables you to reliably automate and scale your development workflow.